Okay, it's about noon on Saturday, and it's a nice, bright, sunny day. I rode 35 miles this morning on the bike in a thunderstorm, and now that I'm done riding and ready to work on the car, it is beautiful and sunny. Story of my life. So today, I'm going to concentrate on wheel well number 1. So I've got to seam seal everything in here. This is a new piece of metal that I put on back in the day. So I've got a few little pinholes that I'm going to weld up. This is actually, I don't know if you can see my hand, this is actually POR 15. This wheel well, I went around last night, is stuck really, really well. The paint, I don't know what's different about this one and the next one, but this one is stuck really well. So I'm going to do a little more stress testing on it, and if it continues to stick, I'm going over it with my material. If I get into it and it starts freaking out and chipping, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to do something else. I would like to leave it in place. We'll see. I wanted everybody to know kind of what I did, so I don't get to choose to be in a taking the easy route, okay? I sandblasted this whole trunk area a while back. It's been a long time ago. I think if you check my blog, I had a blog about it. So I sandblasted this lower panel. Wow, look at the fog, yep. Sandblasted everything in here, including the spot where the spare tire goes, and I epoxy primed it. And the epoxy primer is still there, and it's awesome. Under here, hold on. Under here, the paint was all still in pretty good condition. And I wanted some insurance. Wow, look at that. I wanted some insurance, so I put POR 15 under here. And this is where it was flaking. So when I put the POR 15 on, I roughed all this stuff up. I put some magical chemical that they sell on there. And it stuck in most spots pretty good. But it did not stick in other spots. I've gone through, the gray that you see is seam sealer. So I went through yesterday and seam sealed all the seams. Even some of that stuff is in here. So what I did not sandblast was the back side of this panel, and then I have a few spots where I welded in patches that are not epoxy primed. So it's a very small area. It's this back here, and a little piece here, and a little piece up here. So that said, I have paint under here, and I went through with 180 and 180'd the whole thing here, and any POR that chipped off, and where it did, I just 180'd the paint, and hopefully this Raptor liner is going to stick. I had this area in here was where I had to weld in a new panel, so I put some fiberglass filler in there to cover up any possible pinholes, and I'm going to spot prime a few things, and that's what I bought. Where the hell are you at? There you go. That's why I bought that. I'm not doing a large area of prime, just doing this in here and a couple little bare metal spots, and I treated this with Pete's vinegar water solution, and it's turned everything pretty black that was a little bit rusty or a little bit questionable. So it looks pretty good. I'm hoping that this self-etch will stick to that. If it doesn't, I think the only thing to do would be to come back and sandblast these little pieces in here, which I really wasn't planning to do because they're not rusted through and through. They're just a little bit of surface rust. So hopefully it will stick to that. If it doesn't, whatever. There's nothing. I mean, like I say, I'll just have to redo it, and maybe it'll be 5 years down the road. I don't know. But if there's a vulnerable spot on the car, that's it. It isn't going to get epoxy primer. It's just going to get the acid etch spray on and then the truck liner. So that's it. I'm going to get to masking things off. I just washed everything down, like I said, with vinegar water on the spots that were bare and steel wool. Then I went 180. Then I washed everything with water to get rid of the vinegar. Then I washed everything again with soap and water to clean it. I'm getting ready to grease and wax everything. I also prepped the top side that I showed you there first. So grease and wax everything, and then I'm going to get started. I'm only spraying one. I'm only spraying one of 4 bottles. That's probably really backlit. That kit comes with 4 bottles. I don't know what to expect from them. This is a trial run, so I'm planning to do this wheel well here that was on the top side, and then if I have any left in the bottle, I'm going to do that luggage compartment up there. So we'll see. I honestly don't know what to expect. It might turn out total crap. It may turn out really well, but this is kind of my test, so I don't want to go too nuts with it. I don't want to plan on doing everything, because if it doesn't work, I got to punt. So there it is. All right. I've got the U-Pol Raptor Liner, 750 mils. The instructions say up to 10% base coat tint. This is my base coat here. So 10% would be 75 mils, right? My measuring cup is 60 cc's. I guess I thought a cc, cubic centimeter, is a milliliter. Milliliter, 1 cubic centimeter. So this is 60 mils. So if I put one of these in, that's getting close to 10%. I can put a little more than that. I'm going to put one in and see what the color looks like, and then if I need a little more, great. This is the sample I bought a while back to spray. So it may not match exactly my gallon of paint, but that's okay. It's going in the wheel wells, and it'll be a different color anyway. I've been told that metallics make this a little bit dark. I've also been told that you want pure tint versus base coat. I priced that out, and pure tint was pretty damn expensive. I think they wanted $75 for a pint of pure tint, so I'm not going to do that. I talked to a couple other guys who had done it with just base coat that they got at their auto supply store. So we're going to try it. If it looks like shit, we'll redo it. So here goes. I should show you this. This is the color that is in the bottle. So it's almost like a neutral gray. I'm guessing you can see that. It probably looks like white on the camera, but it's a neutral gray. So hopefully this will look good. We'll see. Just to reiterate, you should approach any kind of painting just like surgery. Gloves on, clean environment, because everything you do here directly affects your paint job. Okay, so that's with 60 mils. It looks just a little bit, it could use just a tiny bit more. Not much, just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna, half of that would be 30, so half again would make us right at 75. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, we've got the hardener here. Supposed to fill it. So this line right here. This says shake for 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm going to shake it up, and then we're going to I've got it set to 50 pounds. Whoa.